book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10, and it reads, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." First and foremost, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikahakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and to the Akim and Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you, I say Shalom. This brother Bamalak coming at you with a quick lesson. And we're in the spirit of prophecy, right? Because the spirit of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So let's talk about prophecy. And one of the major prophecies that are about to come on earth, is what? Let's get right to it, man. It's a technology under your skin. 3 challenges of microchip implants. Let's read this article, man. We're going to read the article and we're going to come out with a couple precepts and we're going to close it out. And this is Ahmed Bonifar, and this article was was 5 April 2021. And so how much more prevalent is this technology? How much have they increased this technology from 2021? Because every year, everything the technology advance. It says, as technology continues to get closer to merge with our bodies, let's read that again. As technology continues to get closer to merge with our bodies, from the smartphone in our hands to the smart watches on our wrists to earbuds, now it's getting under our skin, literally, with a tiny microchip. It's June, ain't no microchip. A human microchip implant is typically an identifying integrated circuit device, or RFID, radio frequency identification transponder, encased in what's a silicate glass or implanted in the body of a human being. This type of subdermal implant usually contain a unique ID number that can be linked to information containing in an internal database, such as personal identification, law enforcement, medical history, medication, allergies, and contact information. It's June. Ain't no microchip. Let's continue to read. So in Sweden, thousands have had microchips inserted into their hands. The chips are designed to speed up users' daily routine and make their lives more convenient. And we know that 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, they love, technology. Especially Jake. Jake is really into technology, but not all technology is good technology. It's just like they got that saying, all money is not good money. All technology is not good technology. But for the hopeful elect and the hopeful 1/3, this is good technology. Why? Because we're ushering in the kingdom of heaven. We're seeing the prophecies of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. The prophecies are speaking. Because we see it, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai has given us that eyesight, that we can see these things. And we see, as you can see this man right here, he got right there, he said, that's the grain of size of a grain of rice, man. Go back to it. It says in Sweden, thousands have microchips inserted into their hands. They say the chips are designed to speed up users' daily routine, make their lives more convenient. Accessing their homes, office, and gyms is as easy as swiping their hands against a digital reader. You go to certain food, grocery store chains. They're slowly but surely starting to integrate this microchip technology into their customers. Into their customers, so that they can go it's more convenient. They can just go in, they can swipe their little phone, and they don't have to come in contact with a human at a cash register. Everything is done by by that microchip, man. It said chips also can be used to store emergency contact details, social media profiles, and that's how they're going to get 2/3 of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, 2/3 elect, because they all about the social media profiles, or e-tickets for events and rail journeys. catching those trains. If you live in New York, places like Atlanta, and other places around the United States and around the world, you could just what? You'll just be able to swipe your hand. Let's continue reading, man. It's not going to be a long lesson. I pray that it don't, but we're just flowing through the spirit. It says, advocates of the tiny chip says they're safe and largely protected from hacking, but scientists are raising privacy concerns around the kind of personal health data that might be stored on the devices, around the size of a grain of rice. Let's look at it again. Around the size of a grain of rice. It said the chips typically, right here, are inserted into the skin just above each user's thumb using a syringe. That the charagma, similar to that used for giving vaccinations. Implanting chips in humans has privacy and security implications that go well beyond cameras in public places, facial recognition, tracking of our locations, our driving habits, spending histories, and even beyond ownership of your data, which poses great challenges for the acceptance of this technology. So this technology, Evil E is implementing, it's going to have, it's just going to take control of all you humans' daily lives, man. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Matter of fact, let's just look up a couple of words, man, because all this is sorted, man. Because this Evil E, sleazy E, you see it right there, sleazy. This sleazy E playing all along, man. It's involving. Look up the definition of sorted. Let's just get the sound of it.
Sorted.
It's involving ignoble actions and motive arousing more of distaste and contempt. You got sleazy, seedy, and what Elder North Carolina 777 say sleazy E, seedy, seamy, unsavory, vile, foul, tawdry, loose, cheap, base. Because we know the evil E is what? A base man. And pursuant to the Holy Scriptures. What is that? Daniel 4:17. He's a base man. He's low-minded. Because the Lord Yahweh Shah told us not to take this microchip. Even you got certain Israelite groups who call themselves Israelite groups, but we know they just Christians, under that 401. Let's say not the 401 Salakia. I don't forgot, so debase. I ain't gonna go to it because it'll come to me. The 501c3, yeah. Degenerate, corrupt, dishonest. And this is a dishonest and a dishonorable act that you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are gonna do. Because what? Y'all are gonna put yourselves, y'all gonna allow Esau Edom to have what? This data poses great challenges for the acceptance of this technology. He gonna have ownership of you 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. See, once they have ownership, they can be able to tear all this technology off. When you want to go to the store, they're gonna be like, boom, boom, boom. You can't go in there, and it's gonna be a red light gonna flash up. Oh, you're not able to purchase anything because why? Maybe you spoke against the government. Maybe you said something. Maybe you even read read the Bible. But whatever it is, they're gonna have control over your everyday uses, man. Let's continue reading this. We're gonna go back to that word sorted. It says to understand the big picture about this technology, you need to know that the use of the chip is an extension of concept of Internet of Things, which is a universe of connecting things that keep growing by the minute, with over 30 billion connected devices at the end of 2020 and 75 billion devices by 2025. Just as the world begins to understand the many benefits of the Internet of Things, but also learn about the dark side from the smart, everything include our connected cities. We're now looking at small chips causing major new privacy challenges. Let's go back to this word sorted, man. We're going to go to the Cambridge. It's right underneath here because it gives you a beautiful understanding, of the word sorted. If you look up the word sorted under the Cambridge Dictionary, dirty, unpleasant, morally wrong and shocking. Again, dirty and unpleasant, you know. And that's exactly what it is, man. It's dirty, it's unpleasant, it's morally wrong, and it's not shocking because it's written in the Holy Scriptures. Let's go to it. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13, right here. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16, and it reads, "And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that," verse 17, "and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name." Verse 18, it says, "Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666, 666. So you're not going to be able to buy or sell. And this is going to come upon the rich and the poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That's why it came out of Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10, the first precept, man. Let's get back to it. "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, the hopeful elect and hopeful 1/3, we're going to keep the word of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh's patience, because it's in the red letter. I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation." What's the hour of temptation? It's this microchip, man. This is the hour of temptation. See, as technology continues to get close to merge with our bodies, "I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth." So this is not just going to be here in America. It's going to be around all the world. And you got Israelites that are scattered through the four corners of the earth and pursuing the Deuteronomy 28:64. You need to read. All the world. This is technology, the Esau Edom, the global elites, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, because they the ones gonna have some little peon. He's gonna be sitting in a big old room with a bunch of computers, and they're gonna be monitoring, everything you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the so-called low-level Edomites. They're gonna be monitoring everything that you say. They're gonna have access into your homes. They're gonna have access if you go use the bathroom. They're gonna understand. They're gonna know where you at all times. When you out about walking, they're gonna know if you walked out of your 15-minute city. When you go to the bank, they're gonna know how much money you withdrew out of your bank. Well, it's not gonna be money, but it's gonna be that digital currency. They're gonna see how much you spent using your digital currency for the week or for the month. Let that set in, man. There's nothing new under the sun. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh gave us these prophecies so that we can give the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans warning from him. But our people don't want to. Our people they so in love with Esau Edom, they're willing to put their lives on the line for them. Let's go back to Cambridge. It says a dirty, unpleasant, morally wrong, because it's dirty and it's unpleasant. It's morally wrong because the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh told us not to take that mark. Matter of fact, let's go to 14. We got it. You can't read 13 without reading 14. The book of Revelation, chapter 14. And there's a penalty for you, 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans that are going to take it. See, because we know with this technology, when Esau really start ramping up these lines, it reads verse 8, it says, "And followed with an angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." And one of the wines of the wrath is that, hey, if everybody just get in line and get the technology, get the chip, everything can go back to normal. Everything will be all right. We're going to give y'all some relief. We're not going to put these harsh standards on y'all. That's what they're going to be saying. Verse 9, "And the third angel followed them." This is Revelation 14 and verse 9. "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast," this system, "and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, Verse 10 is the point. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Fire and brimstone, intercontinental ballistic missiles, nuclear missiles, lasers from the chariot of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That is going to be that is going to create the lake of fire. That is going to be, the end of the 2/3 elect and the other heathen nations. But for the hopeful elect and the hopeful 1/3, here it goes again. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and what? Luke 21:19, in your patience possess you your souls. I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. To try them that dwell upon the earth, man. This technology is going to be the downfall of Esau, Edom, and it's going to be the downfall also of the 2/3 of you tribe members. Let's get it. We're going to close it out right here. Not with this, but with a couple of more precepts. Like any new trend, in order for that trend to be accepted and become mainstream, it needs to overcome 3 challenges: technology, business, and society. And how do they do that? They create all these they create chaos, and then they make order out of chaos, man. That's what you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all still can't quite pinpoint it. Y'all can't put y'all minds to think that y'all got that a human being can be so wicked that he'll create all this chaos so that he can come in, with the answer. He can come in with the order. And it gave it right here: society, business, and challenges. And that's a pretty long article, man. We're not going to read it because I don't want this lesson to be too long. So let's go to the book of John, chapter 12, and verse 25, and it reads, and this is in the red letter, Hamashiach Yahushua speaking. He said, he that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. Because Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10, man. See, we willing to lose our life, man, because we hate this life in this world. We do. We hate this life in this world, man. And you got to have the mindset, when the so-called, when the Jews came against Paul, man. And we're going to get that in Acts 25. You got to have that mindset that Paul had, man, when you in these last days. Verse 26, this is St. John 12 and 26. It says, if any man serve me, let him follow me. And where I am, there shall also my servant be. And that's where we want to be. We want to be wherever the Hamashiach Yahushua is, we want to be right there with him as a servant. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor. If any man serve the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, him will the Father honor. Back to Revelation 3 and 10, man. Because thou hast kept the words of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua just gave us He gave us an out. He gave us grace. He gave us mercy, and that's mercy for your ass right here. If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. And we're trying to be servants of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And if any man serve me, him will my Father honor. So the Father Yahweh is going to honor us, man, because we're serving his son, Hamashiach Yahushua. And you got to have that spirit of Paul, man. Let's go to Acts chapter 25. We're going to, and we know what they was doing. They was coming up against Paul because the Jews, you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans thought that Paul was teaching the natural Gentiles the word. They thought that he had brought them up into the tabernacle, the temple as well. But the point is in verse 11, you got to have that spirit of Paul, man. This is Mr. Acts chapter 25 and verse 10. Then said Paul, I stand at Caesar's judgment seat. And we're going to be all brought before the judgment seat, right? Of the Lord. But the Lord said that they're going to bring you before men, where I ought to be judged. To the Jews I have done no wrong, as thou very well knowest. For this is the point you're gonna have. You Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, the hopeful elect and hopeful 1/3. It say, for if I be an offender or have committed anything worthy of death, I refuse not to die. We refuse not to die when Esau Edom bring that chip, that chip, when they try to make it mandatory. We refuse not to die. Because we're going to serve the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And we're going to keep in it. But the point was right there in that first. That was the point. But if there be none of these things whereof these accuses me, no man may deliver me unto them. I appeal unto Caesar. We're appealing unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Because he said that he won't forget our acts of love towards his name and towards his people, roughly paraphrasing. We refuse not to die when they come and try to bring that MOTB, this microchip. And you got to have that spirit. And you've got to pray to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah that he don't take that spirit off of you. It's time to repent. You Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are the hopeful elect and the hopeful 1/3, because this word is not for everybody. Shalom.